Stormont Buildings and Grounds. On the fringes of East Belfast is the magnificent Stormont Estate, a popular and picturesque spot for walkers, joggers, parents and children. While some of the estate houses government buildings and is closed to the public, visitors can enter at the main gates and stroll along the magnificent, seemingly endless Prince of Wales Avenue, a sight familiar from countless TV news reports, or through what is known as the back gate, Massey Avenue. A couple of hundred yards past the main gate, along Upper Newtonards Road, is a public car park which leads to the Mo Mowlam Children's Park, opened in 2006 as a tribute to the former Secretary of State for Northern Ireland. Dominating the park, however, is the spectacular Parliament Buildings, the famous home of the Northern Ireland Assembly, which, after several failed attempts, was finally reformed in May 2007, marking the dawn of a new age of politics in Northern Ireland. The building is exactly 365 feet long, one for every day of the year, and resembles a great white wedding cake, perched high on the Stormont Hill. It took 10 years to build, and was opened in 1932 by the Prince of Wales, who later reigned as King Edward VIII until his relationship with Mrs. Simpson forced his abdication. Life at Parliament Buildings has often been as turbulent as Edward's personal life, but the building itself is calm and classical, designed to resemble Greek architecture and made from a mixture of Portland stone and local granite from the nearby mountains of Mourne. The only time the distinguished exterior has failed to impress was during the Second World War, when it was painted black to disguise it from bombers.
During the war, the Senate chamber was utilised as an operations room by the Royal Air Force, and it was from here that the famous German warship, the Bismarck, was tracked.
The inside of the building is also stunning, and contains the Northern Ireland Assembly Chamber, as well as offices for Assembly staff and local members of the Legislative Assembly, or MLAs as they are known. Though there is public access to the grounds during hours of daylight, visitors need to arrange tours of Parliament buildings in advance through one of the 108 MLAs who make up our local government. One area of the building that visitors can see, however, is the splendid Great Hall, where receptions are held and politicians and parties hold news conferences for radio and television. The hall looks exactly as it did on the opening of the building in 1932. The floor and walls are made of Italian marble, while the impassive statue at the top of the staircase
is Sir James Craig, the first Prime Minister of Northern Ireland, whose tomb is in the grounds nearby.
Back outside, another statue dominates the front of Parliament Buildings. Sir Edward Carson was the Unionist leader who led the campaign against Home Rule and was the first of nearly 500,000 Unionists to sign the Solemn League and Covenant against Home Rule at City Hall in 1912. One wonders whether he would be so keen on more recent large-scale gatherings like the spectacular concerts by singers such as Elton John and Rod Stewart, which have taken place on the grounds before him.